Good. My first one. So the first San Diego one. Which they should last. The New York one.
Hong Kong,
Hong
Singapore.
Kong, King Kong.
No, this is your first San Diego one, and it doesn't compare to anything else.
No,
No.
it's
Blown
crazy.
out.
It is.
I
They
can't wait
take
for
over the
tomorrow.
whole city. It's pretty great.
It's like one big party. I can't wait for tomorrow to actually walk around.
Oh, you're hanging out? Are you going to wear a disguise? Do not walk around unmasked. You will be accosted. Yeah.
Now knowing right now.
If you see Nacho Libre, Jack Black, it's Jack Black.
Amazing. I think
brought
Gene
it.
Simmons does that, right? If Gene Simmons comes in the real Kiss costume from the neck down, like the actual Kiss costume, and then a $5 rubber Gene Simmons mask. I was like, that's the coolest thing in the world.
Okay, this is freaking me out. You're just quiet.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting my turn.
He's always.
No. I'm trying to be very calm, and I'm waiting for the joke assault. So.
Oh no. They'll come when it's the time. But I guess that's right now. So
Saturday night, yeah.
This is
get all jokey. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that
There you go.
before. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, it makes it a lot easier to control instead of hitting nails. They don't think
Yeah,
of us
yeah.
as women, and regarding
should
women,
start.
Never thought of that.
I am bummed we don't have our female cast member representing.
Yeah, it was hard to get them to come to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'm not so excited about it. I don't know why. I think it's cool, man.
Oh, it's very cool.
Oh, that's like a mouse frog.
My favorite.
Nice.
My Twitter picture of me and Gonzo. Right, ladies?
Questions? No
You should
questions?
sell these. Where'd you get this?
At a place called Bed Bath and Beyond. You heard of it? Yeah, right there. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I like doing voiceovers. It's way easier, way more casual. Like no makeup, no wigs, no glue, no shaving.
Changing 20
You know
times
what
a
I
day.
mean? Just show up and do it.
If
But
they cut it, it's not a big deal.
I always like cartoons because of how fast the jokes are. You know what I mean? And like the smash cut and the action from like falling from the ceiling and your face smashing. That always makes me laugh.
Yeah, seeing it all come together with everything. You'd say I got called in like a week ago. They were like, come in to record we wrote a new line, and I literally went in and was like, well, all right, I'll see you later. And that was it. And then went home, and like, you're just like, well, I don't know why I had to do that. And then you come and it's part of this huge thing, and there's sound effects and everything. You see it all put together, and you're like, oh, that wasn't a waste of time at all.
Absolutely.
Like, it's amazing. It's so hard not to say awesome, by the way.
It is.
By the
Especially
way.
in these the awesomes. It was phenomenal.
Nice.
to work on.
Good reach.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get a thesaurus. I mean, probably a year ago.
I would say a couple.
Maybe
I
a year
heard
or
him
two ago.
talking the idea around like a couple years ago for me.
I think I originally read for Ike's character, and then they found Ike, and then I just ended up coming back and doing a bunch of stuff. I think I also read the sumo wrestler one, and then I think they were just figuring it out, so they were just putting voices to stuff. But Seth was nice enough to keep me around after I wasn't one of the main guys. So, but I'm a whole bunch of other ones. So. I play teleportation Larry. The Wombat. I play a couple. I'm the Gopher. I'm Ricky Finn, the host of the Superhero Tonight Show.
Nice.
I was the reporter that got killed in the first episode. But like, yeah, just like a bunch of different.
Well, it was a heart attack that you had, right?
I had a heart attack. Oh, I might not be dead.
chilly
The reporter might return if I have my way.
Do you feel that being part of this new wave of web shows is the way to go? Are you jumping on it? I mean, maybe in the past that was for maybe, C-listers to get exposure, but now it just seems like everyone is doing it. And they're,
In the last year or two or whatever, the whole world just opened up. Like, as far as like, I don't think any of that matters anymore. Like, I remember it was like a couple years ago, my friend was like, I got a web series, and it was like, oh, good for you. Like, you know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Like, that's just
Hope you like
common
being
place
a
now.
loser.
I did a live chat show, like an internet chat show where you would call, do that, and it was like, I can't believe this technology now. do that from your phone.
Yeah, everybody can do it.
But,
Hey, what's up, man?
Sorry, a little late.
It's all right.
no sweat. We should start over and say
Start all over again.
But no, yeah, I think it's just. I don't think there's any such thing anymore because you can get it. I mean, there's probably some web series that are more. Or the Netflix shows that are coming out on Netflix are more popular than stuff that's on.
House of Cards, man.
Yeah.
Get
So
it up.
the timing could not be more ideal, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty obvious like which ones are done well and which ones are kind of just thrown up there. And I think this one is done extremely well. Like they took their time and they figured it out and they had it animated really well. Yeah, he's been working on it strong, and I think like the scripts are strong, and I think that's like the easy part for Seth is like the writing the script part. I think the hard part is like waiting for the animation to come back and putting the pieces together and getting all the actors to come in, and like all the businessy stuff you have to do is probably much harder. But I just think it's great. I'm happy that it's the time where it can be supported like online as opposed to being just thrown up on any website or whatever. But I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna do well. I hope it does well for Hulu, but I think it'll do well for the people that watch it because it's very entertaining.
Had you done anything like this before, even a short or anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
I've done voiceovers like little learning movies like Peter Cottontail and stuff like that.
You know, stuff for
On the
for
web.
web.
Oh, yeah.
For the web. Yeah.
Got little voices here and there.
I have a web series that's on above average called The Sidecar, which is about is a bar for superhero sidekicks.
You were in one of the Derek comedy skits years ago
one
too,
of the
right?
first things I did. I
Yeah,
get that all the
I
time.
remember
Yeah,
that.
I mean that's how I started.
I was like in middle school and I thought it was hilarious.
Really, I feel very old. Yeah, I mean that had to be 10 years ago now
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, I mean, like that was how I got started. Was doing just web videos with my buddies. I always said if I had this phone, like if I had the phones that we have now when I was a kid, I would have been a millionaire by the time I was 10. So all I would have done is make movies. I remember like running around the house with that huge one with a VHS tape,
Right.
making movies. You can
Well,
edit
I
on your
mean,
phone.
they got the
now,
phones
like,
now. What are you waiting for? Man?
I know. Now I'm lazy.
$1 million.
When I was a kid, I was still happy.
$1 million is out there just waiting.
Running around.
You know, let it float in the pool. Come on. Thanks.
Every single week.
Absolutely. I catch that a lot. Like I'm beloved at the table, and then like once it gets up on its feet, things kind of take a turn for the worse sometimes. But you know, what can you do except for keep writing?
Then there's also times like where Kenan will do something at the table, and we all love Kenan, so we'll just kill.
Yeah.
And then you do it at the show, and like one tiny little thing is different about it, or like a host is different. The sketch you did with Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
The
Active Jack.
Active Jack. He's done it like a couple times. It'll get on air at some point. You know, it just hasn't gotten on air yet. It's just it's also like figuring out that you do something with one person and it's not so great, and then you bring it back and they miscast it, or you just wanted to get it on that week. Sometimes you have an idea in your head and you're like, I'm handing it in.
Or sometimes we'll write too far inside that, you know, things excite us that you have to explain a little further for people to be able to jump on the bandwagon. But then by that point, it's like a minute and a half into the sketch and you haven't had any laughs. You have to explain everything, and it's just not as fun to go down that route when everybody's not on board.
Personally love in the sketch.
Yeah, it's gonna get cut.
It's like you're the one who loves it. Like, that's one of my biggest problems.
Me too, definitely.
The first year was like, you can't cut that, and then like now I'm like, just cut it all,
Yeah,
cut it all,
just
cut
get
it all,
rid
so
of
it gets
it.
on.
Also on the SNL app, just in regards to your drunk uncle sketch.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you surprised by
It taught me a huge lesson, which was that night, the night that I handed it in, I came up with an idea for a character. It was the suit salesman guy, which never got on. I think I wrote this sketch. It was a sketch about a suit salesman who gave advice. I think I wrote it for 14 hours. I worked on it for about 14 hours, and then at 5 o'clock in the morning, I went into one of the other writers, Colin Jost's room, and he was like, I want to write an update this week. He's like, do you have any ideas? I was like, I don't know, maybe like a drunk uncle. 20 minutes later, I went home. Like 20 minutes later, we wrote it, and I went home. And then all that night was like sitting there with that suit salesman script. Like, this is the one. And that never got on, but Drunk Uncle, I'm going to sign Drunk Uncle bobbleheads tomorrow. Like, I can't believe it. Like,
Full circle,
we
baby.
made like a bottle opener.
How much? Okay, I have asked so many, but how much input do you have into your characters for this?
For the
and all
Awesomes?
that. Is it a lot of ad lib or?
More so when we're performing, I would say. But like Seth had a pretty clear vision on what he was looking for, like overall story wise. And then when it's time to like sell the joke, that's when we come in and.
Did you guys help with the writing for the show?
No.
No, not at all. I mean, that's all coming from him, and he's so good at that. I think like once he found out who was playing who, he's so good at writing towards people. I mean, that's all he does on the show. Like, he's one of the best. So.
Oh, great, lucky.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for stopping
Awesome.
by, man.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.